Your dog could be eating every single day and still be slowly, quietly running on empty. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because there's something most pet food labels will never tell you. Commercial dog food is formulated to meet the minimum nutritional requirements to keep a dog alive, not thriving, not vibrant, just technically okay. And for a lot of dogs, that gap between okay and genuinely healthy lives into few simple things that never make it into the bag. We're talking about easy, affordable additions, real foods that can make a visible difference in your dog's coat, digestion, energy, and joint health. Not supplements that cost a fortune. Not a complete diet overhaul. Just small, intentional changes to what's already in the bowl. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to add, how much, and why it works, so you can walk away with something practical you can actually do for your dog today. Welcome to Perfect Living, where we cover everything about dogs and help you understand yours a little better with every video. Now, let's get into it. Let's talk about something you've almost certainly seen in your dog, probably more than once, and very likely never connected to what's in their bowl. Your dog's scratches. Not constantly, not dramatically, but regularly. Behind the ears, along the belly, at the base of the tail. You've checked for fleas. Nothing. You've tried a different shampoo. Maybe even switched proteins in their food. And it helps a little, or for a while, and then it's back. Or maybe it's not scratching. Maybe it's the dog who seems mildly anxious for no obvious reason. A little unsettled. Clingy on some days, easily startled on others. Or the dog whose stomach just never seems fully right. Soft stools more often than not, occasional grass eating, a gut that seems to run just slightly off balance no matter what you do. These three things, skin irritation, anxiety, and digestive inconsistency, look completely unrelated on the surface, and most owners treat them that way. They address the itching with a topical spray, the anxiety with training or calming aids, and the stomach issues with a sensitive stomach formula from the pet store. Each one handled separately. Each one managed but never quite resolved. Here's what's actually happening in a significant number of those dogs. It all starts in the same place, the gut. Your dog's digestive system isn't just responsible for breaking down food. It's home to a vast living ecosystem of bacteria, trillions of microorganisms that play a direct role in immune regulation, inflammatory response, neurotransmitter production, and skin barrier function. When that ecosystem is balanced and diverse, the whole system runs quietly in the background, doing its job. When it's disrupted, when certain strains are depleted and others are allowed to dominate, it sends ripple effects outward, into the skin, into the brain, into the consistency of digestion. It's why researchers now refer to the gut as the body's second brain, and why the gut-brain axis has become one of the most actively studied areas in both human and veterinary medicine. The uncomfortable truth is that commercial kibble, even good quality kibble, is a processed, shelf-stable product. And that processing, almost by definition, strips out much of the living microbial diversity that a dog's gut would have been exposed to through a more varied, less processed diet. Add in the antibiotics many dogs receive at some point in their lives, the stress of rehoming or environmental changes, or even just the monotony of eating the same ultra-processed food every single day for years, and you have a gut microbiome that's very often under-resourced. Most dog owners, when they think about gut health at all, reach for a probiotic supplement, a capsule, a powder, a chew, and probiotics absolutely have their place. But here's what often gets missed. A probiotic supplement alone is introducing a relatively small number of bacterial strains, usually freeze-dried without the naturally occurring enzymes, bioactive proteins, and prebiotic compounds that help those strains actually survive and colonize in the gut. It's a little like planting seeds on concrete. The intention is right, but the environment isn't ready to receive them. What tends to work far better, and what has been used to support gut health in both humans and animals across cultures for thousands of years, is fermented food. Specifically for dogs, plain unsweetened kefir, or, if you'd like to start even more gently, raw goat's milk. This is where people often pause. Dairy and dogs, aren't those two things that don't mix? It's a fair question, and here's the nuance. The issue most dogs have with conventional dairy is lactose, the sugar in milk that many dogs lack sufficient enzymes to properly digest. But fermented dairy is a different thing entirely. The fermentation process involves live bacterial cultures consuming much of that lactose and converting it into lactic acid, which is what gives kefir its slightly tangy flavor. What you're left with is a probiotic-rich, enzyme-active, easily digestible liquid that delivers a broad spectrum of beneficial bacteria, often 30 or more distinct strains, directly into the gut in a form the body can actually absorb and use. If this is shifting how you think about your dog's gut and what it might be connected to, tap subscribe. Every week on Perfect Living, we go exactly this deep, and next week's video is one you really won't want to miss. Think about the dog who's been scratching at their ears for months. The owner has done everything: vet visits, elimination diets, medicated eardrops, but the gut has never been addressed. The immune system, which is largely regulated by the gut microbiome, is sitting in a state of low-grade dysregulation. The skin, which reflects immune health more visibly than almost any other organ, keeps showing that dysregulation outward. Addressing the gut directly, consistently, over weeks, often produces changes in the skin that no topical treatment ever managed to achieve. Not because the skin was the problem, because it was never the source. The same logic applies to the anxious dog. The gut produces a significant portion of the body's serotonin, the neurotransmitter most associated with mood stability and emotional regulation. A depleted or imbalanced microbiome can directly affect how much of that serotonin is available, which means the dog who seems chronically unsettled, who startles easily or struggles to self-soothe, may not simply need more training or a calming supplement. They may need a healthier gut producing a more stable neurochemical environment. It's a connection that still surprises most dog owners when they hear it. And yet the evidence for it is growing steadily year by year. So what does this look like in practice? 2 to 3 times a week, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of plain, unsweetened kefir to your dog's bowl. Full fat is fine, beneficial, even for the fat-soluble nutrient absorption we talked about earlier. If you're starting out, begin with a smaller amount, a teaspoon or 2, and let the gut adjust over the first week or so before increasing. Some dogs, especially those with long-standing gut imbalance, may experience a brief adjustment period, slightly looser stools for a few days as the microbiome begins to shift. This is normal. It typically settles quickly, and what follows is often noticeably better digestive consistency than before. If kefir isn't available to you, raw goat's milk is an excellent alternative. It's naturally lower in lactose than cow's milk, rich in medium-chain fatty acids, and contains a naturally occurring set of enzymes and immune factors that support gut lining integrity. It's particularly well-suited to dogs with more sensitive digestive systems, or those who are very young, elderly, or recovering from illness. A few things to be clear about. We're talking about plain, unsweetened products, nothing flavored, nothing with added sugars or fruit. And as with the turmeric, if your dog has a diagnosed condition that involves the gut specifically, a quick check with your vet before introducing fermented foods is always worthwhile. For most healthy dogs, though, this is one of the gentlest, most natural adjustments you can make. Here's the reframe I want you to sit with. We tend to think about our dog's health issues as separate problems requiring separate solutions. The itchy dog, the anxious dog, the dog with the sensitive stomach. We create categories, and we treat each category in isolation. But the body, your dog's body, like yours, doesn't work in categories. It works as a system. And when you start supporting the foundation of that system, which is the gut, the effects ripple outward in ways that can genuinely surprise you. Not overnight, not dramatically, but steadily over weeks and months in the way that real, lasting change tends to happen. A dog whose gut is thriving is a dog whose immune system has more to work with, whose skin barrier is better supported, whose emotional regulation is quietly more stable. You won't see it happen. You'll just gradually notice that the scratching has slowed, that the morning walk has a bit more enthusiasm in it, that the bowl gets cleaned in 30 seconds flat, and the stomach holds steady afterward. That's what a well-supported gut looks like from the outside. And 2 tablespoons of kefir a few times a week is one of the simplest ways to start getting there. You came into this video thinking you might learn a few food add-ins, and maybe you did, but I hope what you're leaving with is something a little bigger than that. The understanding that your dog's health isn't a collection of separate problems to manage, but a connected system to support. And that supporting it doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. It just has to be intentional. The dog you have right now is already loved deeply. What we did today was simply give that love a little more direction. So here's your one thing for today. Tonight, when you're making your dog's bowl, try the turmeric blend. A 1/4 teaspoon, a pinch of black pepper, a small dash of coconut oil stirred right in. Watch how they eat it. Notice how they move tomorrow morning. Small things noticed consistently are how you start to really see your dog. If this way of thinking about your dog's well-being resonates with you, come join us over at Perfect Living. Tap subscribe and you'll be part of a community that looks at dogs a little more thoughtfully every single week. We'd love to have you here. Until next time, take good care of yourself and take good care of your dog. They're lucky to have someone paying this kind of attention.